Good morning, evening, afternoon, I'm Tato Cat. Welcome to my channel. Today we are playing Pots. Previously, we found out that Emma may have been the one who done it. Not on purpose, but on accident. Because, you know, she hit Marshall, but she didn't know Marshall is Marshall. Might be the reason why he died. And now we are showing the message from the deceased. Yeah. Also, you know, some hit points are low because I meant to get up to put my glasses on and accidentally pushed the button and showed my badge as evidence in the middle of a trial that had nothing to do with that. So yeah. Yay! And I didn't save. So I'm just lower hit points now. I'm assuming I have to use luminol, but I don't remember how to use luminol. Find blood trace spray to use. And zoom in. Oh, that's tricky. How do I spray it with luminol? Is there a luminol button? Is it B? Nope, that just takes me back. Yeah, like, clearly something is written here. Yeah, it's probably this thing, though. I don't know what it says. But yeah, it's probably this thing. So let's show it. The message left by the deceased. This is that blue badger from before, right? This is that blue badger from before, right? Oh, this is going to... Oh, is he going to speak the killer's name? If that thing could, I'm sure it would. Looks like everyone's forgotten that this is just a jar. Message was left here on the surface of this jar. What do you mean? If you look closely, you can see a faint trail of blood on this jar. It looks like someone wiped the blood away. Yes, but notice, for some reason, the blood on some of the fragments was not wiped away. Yes, there is a line here drawn in blood. So you're saying is that the dots were once lines? Prosecutor Marshall did not die instantly. He used the few precious moments left to him to leave behind a message on that someone apparently wiped away. But blood must have seeped into the jar where the lines change directions. Precisely so. And all we need to do is connect these dots. And the victim's message will become apparent. No. Mr. Wright, what kind of message did the victim leave for us? Your Honor, I believe the bloodstains will reveal to us the answer. I've got to connect these dots to make letters. There's only one thing the victim would have written given the circumstances. So what do I do? Connect the dots. Is this not one? Oh, this is not looking good, Emma. I'm just assuming that it says Emma. Oh, it's still yellow because it's... Okay. Like, did I do it wrong? Oh. I can write so many things, but that's... So it's not... Okay, it won't let me connect this to this. Okay.
Take that!
Sadly, it doesn't say Gaunt. Or Damien. Oh! Oh, still doesn't work. It's a defense attorney's duty to prove their client's innocence. That's why all I've been thinking about is seeing Lana. After all, my efforts, I never thought it would turn out like this. Emma. So the final message the prosecutor Marshall left behind. Of all people, she may not have meant it, but in the end, the one who took the victim's life was Emma Skye. Great, now we need to figure out who killed Goodman. Don't forget that this case is actually who killed Goodman. We just solved a different thing. Seaworthy, can't say I didn't warn you. Chief Gaunt, do you understand the implication of what you've done? What? What are you talking about? 2 years ago, Joe Dark was sentenced to death. He was convicted because of his final murder. I believe you were the prosecutor in the case, were you not? Ugh. Yes, Worthy. Because of you, an innocent man was sentenced to death. Not only that, but you used forged evidence to ensure his conviction. But Joe Dark really was a serial murderer. That's undeniable. I'm afraid that's not important. Did you know we aren't defenders of justice? What? We're merely keepers of the law. Sentencing a man to death is no light matter. Even if there wasn't any cover-up or evidence forgery. Ultimately, the responsibility falls on the prosecutor in charge. Despite what anyone may say, this fact cannot be denied. What's going on in the prosecutor's office? They might have sentenced an innocent man to death. Hope we could just stand the guys like him. Order! 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 Listen to Santa Daddy, he knows. The gavel's pounding fell on top of deaf ears. So did he kill Goodman? I feel like he did. I feel like he blackmailed Lana into killing Goodman. Or something. Like he killed Goodman and then like blackmailed Lana into covering it up. Unable to settle the crowd, the judge declared a recess. This is the longest trial in this game because there's so many recesses and pauses. Do I have to look for more evidence again? Where this trial is headed, no one knows. I do need to save this time. I have so many save files. Look at all of them. Oh, it's so beautiful. February 25th, 1206 District Court, Defendant Lobby Number Dose. Sorry, Edgeworth. I didn't mean to get you in trouble. Don't worry about it. This is my problem, not yours. Hope I'm not interrupting anything, pals. Oh, guess I am. I'll come back later. Wait, Detective Gumshoe, what is it? You got a lot of Norpal making a detective run all around while on duty. And to top it all off, you call me here. I've seen happier people at funerals. I take it Lana's having you run errands again. Let me tell you, this is the last time, pal. Here, she asked me to give this to you. There was a break in today's trial. Evidence law? Edgeworth was talking about this just the other day. You must know the 2 rules of evidence law. Rule 1, no evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. Is that right, Mr. Wright? Seems so. You could at least study some evidence law, really. The chief prosecutor also wanted me to give you a message. A message? She said, if you're planning to take him on, you're going to need this book. I like the little picture on it. I guess I'll need to give this book a thorough read. Evidence law from Miss Sky explains the 2 rules of evidence law. Evidence law securely slipped into pocket. Doesn't look like that book'll do you any good now, though. All that's left now is the chief prosecutor's sentence. That's where you're wrong, detective. Huh? Haven't you figured it out yet? Why am I still sitting in that prosecutor's seat? Despite all these allegations being thrown at me. Mr. Edgeworth! The real trial today hasn't begun yet. What? What else is there left to do? There's still the murder of Detective Goodman. Your credibility's been all but ruined with this forged evidence you were unaware of. Emma Sky found out she unwittingly caused a man's death, and now you're telling me you want to do more? You've got to be kidding me, pal. You're missing the point, Detective. Lana didn't murder Detective Goodman. She merely stuck a knife into his dead body. That means the real killer is still out there. What? And we're going to expose him, no matter what it takes. This case has hurt too many people. It's time to bring it to an end. February 25th, 1252, District Court, Court number 9. Court will now reconvene for the trial of Miss Lana Sky. Mr. Edgeworth. Yes, Your Honor. The inquiry committee is planning to impose harsh penalties for your actions. Thank you for the news, Your Honor. Yes, well, normally this is where the prosecution calls for a witness, but, there isn't easy to say. You see, there is some concern that you, Mr. Edgeworth, may have, struck a bargain. You think I may have manipulated the witness. I did not say that. It's just, you see, everyone has been talking and... Very well, Your Honor. I have a solution. A solution? That being the case, Prosecutor Yushin will allow the defense to call forth all further witnesses. What? But there's no precedent for what you're proposing. Undeniably, this is an unusual arrangement, but a very effective one. It would prove that I haven't struck any deals with the witness. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you say? Unbelievable. Edgeworth has found a way to continue the trial. Very well. The defense accepts the prosecution's proposal. Then it's settled. The defense may now call forth the next witness. Mr. Wright. You do realize this is your last chance. You call the wrong witness. This trial is as good as over. Oh, I get my health back. That's nice. The defense calls. Time to finally come to bring out the real murderer. Angel. No, we all know it's Gaunt.
Take that!
Damon Gaunt. The defense calls Damon Gaunt to the stand. Damon Gaunt? What does he have to do with anything? As a defendant's partner 2 years ago, Mr. Gaunt has first-hand knowledge of the crime. I feel we should hear what he has to say about it. As luck would have it, he should still be in the courthouse. He would also be the least likely to have been manipulated by me in any way. Wouldn't you agree, Your Honor? True. All right, bailiff. Please escort Mr. Gaunt to the stand. Witness, please state your name and occupation. What is this, some kind of practical joke? I was just on my way to lunch. Your name and occupation, sir. Worthy, are you sure you want to do this? Your name and occupation. So, you want to play hardball, eh? Please, Mr. Gaunt. Fine. My name is Damon Gaunt or Gant, I'm not sure. I'm the acting chief of police. Now then, Chief Gaunt. The court requests to hear your testimony. Oh, right-o. What's with the grim face? First, let's clear up this SL9 incident. Oh, you mean that time when Lana's sister murdered that prosecutor? Personally, I think it's been made pretty clear already. There are still some things unaccounted for. Oh, like what? Like the role you played in all this. Son, either you're very brave or very foolish. You are aware, of course, that a police chief has all kinds of weapons at his disposal. Weapons? Sure. Take my testimony, for example. I don't have to give it if I don't want to. What? Is that true? I'm afraid so. The chief of police has the right to refuse to testify. That seems like a flawed system, if you ask me, but sure, whatever. Of course, such an action carries with it certain risks. I mean, I feel like if you refuse to testify, you're just admitting to it. Don't worry, I'm not here to hinder your trial. Just remember, this turns out to be a big waste of time. Don't say I didn't warn you. Very well. The witness may now begin his testimony. Cell 9 incident. I recall Neil and I were questioning him that day. To make a long story short, we slipped up. That power outage didn't help either. When I went to my office, I found Lana there. Apparently she had already arranged the crime scene. As you can see, I had nothing to do with this forgery. Is that when Dark was arrested? He was lying on the floor, unconscious. When Emma sent Neil flying, it seems Dark bumped his head. I see. Everything seems pretty clear-cut. But the police chief has the right to refuse to testify. Then I'd better hit him hard and fast. I don't see no health bar going down. As I recall, a ceremony was held at the police department that day. Yes, that's right. I guess you could say I'm a workaholic. After winning his award, Neil was all fired up too. That's probably what spooked Dark and made him run away like that. Was the defendant Lana Skye also present in the room? I don't quite remember. At the very least, she wasn't there when Dark ran for it. What do you mean you slipped up? So 2 of you ran immediately after him, right? That's right, but Dark made it to the elevator first, so Neil and I split up. He went upstairs and I went downstairs. Can't you see where elevators are going from? Okay, fine. I guess you could say. He got lucky. What about the power outage? Oh, that. The elevator stopped all of a sudden, and I got the shock of my life. Well, probably not as shocked as Neil was when that knife went into his heart, though. That's not funny. When I went to the office, I found Lana there. Could you tell us what you saw? It was a shocking sight. Neil and that serial killer were lying in a heap on the floor, all tangled together. Dark was also lying collapsed on the floor, is what Phoenix said. Dark was also lying collapsed on the floor? Yes, apparently he hit his head and was knocked out. Next to them were those 2 poor girls, Lana and Emma. Lana was cradling Emma in her arms. Looking back at it now, she must have already known what her sister had done. I arranged the crime scene. How did you know that? Because of the victim's body. It had already been moved. Wait, how did she, like, move them and then, like, not leave a trail of blood behind? Because that's a lot for a person to lift by themselves. So that means you found the body near Lana's desk. That's right. I think you said earlier. It was my suit of armor that really stabbed the prosecutor. Yes. Anyway. Also, like, wouldn't there be blood on the armor? Nothing to do with forgery. So you're saying that the forgery had already taken place by the time you arrived at your office. And that's exactly what I'm saying. I can't understand how Lana must have felt. But nothing a body and hiding evidence are inexcusable. But moving a body and hiding evidence are inexcusable, no matter what circumstance. Is that how it really went down? Staring at the witness won't do you any good, Mr. Wright. If you're going to stare at anything, stare at me! No. You better be off staring at the court record. Worthy, worthy! Always a smooth talker. Well, which piece of evidence has got to the forgery? Lana did admit to forging evidence. But that can't be the whole truth. Somewhere, I've got to link Gaunt to the incident. Well, we will end the episode here in limbo, figuring out what we have to prove that Gaunt had something to do with something, and it's definitely in my evidence. And yeah, we'll see how Gaunt reacts to that. I'm sure he's just gonna blow over like, oh, Worthy and Righto and Udgy and whatnot. And until then, see you next time.